Welcome to Year 5's Autumn Term Topic Web video. I'm Miss Rosenthal and I'm teacher of Cambodia class.
I'm Miss Brown, I'm teacher of Maldives class.
And Miss Oakes, who's teacher of Nepal class, is filming this video for you. So we'd like to talk to you about our topic title for this term, which is What Lies Beyond. But we're going to have different focuses in Autumn 1 and in Autumn 2, so either side of half term. So this half term, we're focusing on ancient Egypt. And after half term, we'll be focusing on space. So let's talk to you about some of our ancient Egyptian learning.
Yeah, in writing, we are going to be inspired by ancient artifacts, and we will be writing our information labels so that we can put on an exhibition in the year 3000. We're going to be drawing on dramatizations of Howard Carter's discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb, and then we were going to be looking at diary extracts and developing our own writing styles.
Yeah, and we're going to use lots of really cool books to inspire our writing as well, like Egyptology, which is written actually in a kind of diary style. So that's really cool. And we've got lots of nice picture books that we can look at, like The Scarab's Secret. And we're also going to look at Secrets of a Sun King by Emma Carroll, and this is going to inspire some writing about a discovery. And we've got lots of non-fiction as well.
Lovely. And so as historians, we're going to delve back in history into the ancient Egyptians, and we're going to be looking at lots of different primary and secondary sources and making sure we can understand the difference between them and unlocking the mysteries of the Rosetta Stone. And we're going to be looking at whether our sources are primary, secondary, and we're going to be seeing if they're valid.
Yeah. And that actually links to our computing and our E4S, because we're going to be looking at digital literacy and looking at keeping safe online. So things like looking at whether certain websites or content online is trustworthy or reliable. Yeah. In geography, we're going to be looking at actually where Egypt is, where modern Egypt is, and then looking at where the early ancient Egyptian settlers chose to settle and why they chose to settle along the Nile. So looking at human features and physical features.
Yeah. So in science, we're looking at the legacy of the ancient Egyptians and their building of the pyramids. We are looking at how they designed them, how they built them. We're going to be looking at levers, pulleys and gears. And we have a nice surprise for you at the end of the half term. And we are going to be looking at how they transported heavy objects.
Surprise, sounds fun. In French, we are moving away from ancient Egypt. We're going to be looking at how to describe families, and maybe talking about real families and imaginary families, and doing lots of speaking and listening activities. And also in PE, we'll be doing indoor and outdoor PE. Our indoor PE day is on Wednesday, I believe, and our outdoor PE is on a Thursday. So in indoor PE, we'll be looking at how to keep fit, fitness routines. And when we're outside, we'll be looking at net and ball games like netball and basketball.
Yeah. In RE this half term, we're going to be looking at Buddhism, and we're going to be comparing it to other faiths. And we're also going to be looking at what ancient Egyptians thought about life and death and their views on those big questions.
Yeah. And then after half term, we are going to go into space. And so we'll be using War of the Worlds to inspire some writing about a first contact narrative, and using some of the amazing music for War of the Worlds as well to inspire our writing and our imagination. And we'll be looking at poetry as well, and looking at, the amazing events like the first moon landing and different achievements in space history. We'll also be doing a lot of science work, because we'll be looking at what actually a planet is, what a moon is, what a sun is. We'll be looking at the positions of them in the solar system and how they move in relation to each other. And we'll also be looking at the day and night and how that kind of happens. And we'll be doing some art as well. We'll be looking at painting, looking at monochromatic art. Yeah, and throughout this whole term, we'll be doing lots of maths. We'll be continuing to build on times table knowledge coming out of year 4. So continuing to practice those times tables up to 12 times 12. Please support your children at home in doing that. They can go on to Times Table Rockstars. They can test you or test themselves, or you can test them on their times table facts, their gap facts. We're also going to be looking at place value, 5 and 6 digit numbers, negative numbers, decimals, and leading into multiplication. Yes, so some really good topics.
So it all sounds really great fun.
Yeah. So if you want some ideas for things to do at home, remember that there is the homework grid that you can have a look at.
Yeah.
Loads of cool activities on there. Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.